I'm your girl Mulai Mooney, doing what I do best, which is reviewing rides. This is where we separate the Mutus from the Watus. So sit down, relax, let's talk motis all day, every day. So today, I will be reviewing a Swiss, a Swede-made car. That means made in Sweden. Hey man, that almost gave me a she sells seashells at the seashore moment. For those of you who can't say, now flex. This articulation is just natural, eh? Let's get back to this car. This is a Swede-made vehicle. It is one of the safety standards, the car that is used for safety standards in the world. This is not the typical car on Kenyan roads. Even the color, as you can see, is, special. I actually had to color chart it, you guys. And that's what we talk about, separating the Mutus from the Watus. So what we're going to be looking at today is the xc60 T5 Rdesign 2013. I know those are very many letters and words. It sounds like I'm reviewing a phone. No, trust me, it is a car. This car has been used as one of the safety standards for cars in the world. It's generally quite safe. It actually even has a rally history. So on top of that, this is now their first ever crossover SUV. If you missed last episode when I talk about crossover and unibody, they're exactly the same thing. That means the car grew up. Basically, it was a tinier car that now became an SUV. So the frame and the chassis are exactly the same thing. So what are the advantages of having a unibody or a crossover? The advantages is, number one, it cuts the weight. Number two, it makes it fuel efficient. And thirdly, safety is much better because of even the handling of the car. Just look at this color. This comes in a unique shade of syrup, caramel, gingerbread brown. This is where we separate the Mutus from the Watus. Gingerbread brown. This particular Volvo has a very roundish look. However, it's sportish, but you do know that I prefer a boxier look generally. So we have the Volvo logo, which is all letters out there, and actually has a line that goes through it so that your attention can be there. Also, something that I need to say is that this being one of the standards for safety, it has a light radar system. This was one of the first safety features ever. So with the light radar system, it uses reflective surfaces in order for the car to brake. So if it's another car in front of it, it will brake. So that was one of the first safety features ever. Also, if you've noticed, silver trimming in expensive cars is a thing. This also has silver trimming in all the right places. It also has a carved headlight here. I also like the fact that the headlights run all the way with this extra smaller lights. These are xenon lights. We have the vents at the bottom, which are also well trimmed with the silver trimming. I think that's what actually makes it have that sporty feeling more than usual. It adds that sense of finesse to it. It also features clean lines, as much as I was saying that it is round. The lines are here and here, giving it that very nice clean look vibe. We have the side blinkers right here, which is standard. And then we have the 20-inch alloy rims. They're not silver, they have a white silver, and also the bottom has that same white silver color, and also the roof rails at the top, which are actually compact and internal, so they don't have an eyesore vibe for it. It makes the car look quite compact. So just something that stands out in terms of safety features, this car is made of boron steel, which is the hardest and the toughest for manufacturing of vehicles. So easy to lalia ibondeke. You see? Nah, that don't happen with this. So moving on here to the back, we have the first thing that actually jumps out at you at the back is these very, very futuristic tail lights. They're very futuristic. I like how it comes back to the side. So I'm imagining when you're braking, it actually protrudes outwards, giving the other drivers a fair warning. It is also coupled with the top brake lights at the top as well to show you. We have the Volvo again logo, which is really nicely spaced out, and then the silver against that ginger brown looks so good, and of course against my Moti pink looks so good. So we have the double exhaust, guys. We have a double exhaust, which is so exciting, and I'm so excited to say these are real. Inaonekana napatana na vitu real these days, eh? So good. And we have the fog lights at the bottom. Obviously we have the sensors, and the sensors here that help you in the parking, because this car features a parking assist with guiding lines as you reverse, which I'll show you from the inside. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's only on my Moti Car Show where we show you the flyest rides, not forgetting functionality and affordability. So let's see what's in the back. This has a power lift gate. As you can see already, the boot is quite large. It's quite large. This is a 490-liter boot, so quite big. You can fit all your items in here. It has a 12-volt utility plug. It doesn't obviously have those small other knickknacks like a torch and Nini. I don't think they have the outdoor in mind for it. So let's see what other storage facilities that we might have. This is actually quite large. Let's open up. So you have the option of putting items at the top right here, but the main function is in here. The space is in here. So we have obviously the wheels, spanner, jack, and also the towing thingy. So let me just close that up real quick. Yes, you can't even tell that there's a whole tire in here. Most of the cars have very small padding, so when you're inside the car you hear kuchu 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 kuchu. Maybe it's the car you bought, man. Just saying. Let's close this up. Ta-da! This is the mother of the car. Without this, the car can look nice on the inside but cannot function without the engine. So this is the Volvo xc60 T5 Rdesign, which is a 4-wheel drive car, which comes in 2.0 petrol engine. It has 4 cylinders, which has 4 valves each. It speeds from 0 to 100 in 7.2 seconds. It has a torque of 350 Nm and kilowatts of 170. So you'll ask me, what's the difference between kilowatts and Newton meters, which are NMs? NM is the power of the car from 0 to 100, from a stationary position to a moving position, while the kilowatt is the power that the car needs to sustain itself, which I said was 177. That all gives it a horsepower of 241 to 245. This Volvo has the most unique features in terms of safety. The engine has been built on a hinge, meaning on impact, the engine will drop down and go down, and the engine will actually absorb the shock of the crash and not go back into the passengers. So this is actually a very safe car. They've really thought about the passengers inside. Whew, finally get inside this awesome car. Okay, so where do I put my phone? That's one of the first things. It has space here. Now, I actually prefer to put my phone in the cup holder place, which is really nice. Here is where you place the keys, right there, which is quite nice. So you don't have your keys dangling in here. I think that the way keys keep on changing, let me rant, next thing, these things will be embedded into our skin the way things are going. I hope I haven't opened a can of worms with conspiracy theorists. So we have the steering wheel, which I think is very slim, which I like because of my tiny hands. It has just the basics. I can control the radio from here. I can change the playlist as well, plus or minus the volume, take it high or low. It also has the cruise control up here, right here. Then obviously right in front of me I have the driver's panel, which shows me my kilometers and also the time and the degrees within the car. When I switch on the car, I have my parking, my seat belt sign. If any doors are open, it shows me right there. It also shows me the kilometers and the fuel. Should I change the gear to neutral, this little light goes on and it also goes on here, so I'm able to tell where I am. Right now I've gone back to park. It also shows me whether my seat belt is on and things like that. We have I really can't call this an entertainment screen, It's kind of small, but it's an information screen. It shows me most of the things that I need. It shows me the radio, the time. It also shows that the radio is currently on mute. However, we have individualized climate control for myself and the passenger. With the air conditioning, we can acclimate the air conditioning either to the head. Should I want it, it shows. But currently it's on the body and now to the floor. So I've removed it. It's now on my main body, making sure that it opens these vents specifically to target the area of my body that I like, which I think is nice, instead of adjusting things up here. So we also have the air conditioning right there, which I've turned on, so I can take it down to low by just turning it. That's it, or switching it off should I want. So that's about it. Let me just put it in reverse so I'm able to see what's behind me currently. It says check surroundings for safety. That means that there's an item at the back right there. So this actually helps me be a safer driver. Here we have the cup holders for two. The armrest is actually very small compared to other SUVs, but it's not doing very badly. Let's talk about the seats. The seats are made out of real leather. They're also memory seats with 3 functions. So for you, yourself, and your significant other, and perhaps even a driver, let me just move this. You see, it gets into a position obviously for a much shorter person. Let me move it back. These power seats are quite nice, not very bad. Let me get comfortable. If you notice, even the side mirror acclimates to my height and ensures that I am as comfortably seated as possible. If you'll notice, with this SUV, it doesn't have different terrain configurations for driving. It doesn't also have height control, although the clearance is quite good. It doesn't have the snow, mud, and all those type of things, but generally it handles well. Remember, this is a 4-wheel drive car, and it is also a crossover, making it fuel efficient. Very, very safe car generally. So I'll talk about the safety features of this car. We have the blind zone alert. The moment I put this car into reverse or want to turn into a place, it will show me a little light right there in my side mirror showing me that there is an object not to pass. It also has curtain airbags. It has an airbag right here. Something else, this is very important. This car has seat airbags. So it doesn't matter if it's your wife or husband. Other cars will have curtain airbags on the side but not inbuilt into the seat. So that means that should you have an accident with curtain airbags, they'll protect each person differently. But with seat airbags, that means it's the same throughout. It is a standard function for safety. If you notice, this door is quite thick. That's because it has diagonal crossbars, which is a protective feature in case you get knocked from the side. Check out this, yeah? On my car, I have my car, which is the xc60 right there on the screen. Let's click OK. Now, it has the city safe. If you remember, actually, when I say the light radar system was the technology they employed, which is very similar to cruise control, which helps the braking power and the reflective sensors, where it picked up on reflective surfaces to brake. So this safety feature or application was called City Safe, and it's one of the first autonomous features in cars. Then we have the active bending lights. So when I'm going to turn on a corner, my lights actually turn and face that side. So that includes safety, and it makes sure that my visibility is perfect in terms of what I can see and also what I can't potentially see the moment I turn. So basically, this car is really safe. It even has safety rollover features. This car design has ensured stability. So if you look at it from the engine, which is on a hinge that falls to the ground and absorbs impact and doesn't come back into the passenger, the curtain airbags, even on the pillars of the car, if you can see there, that's an airbag. This is an airbag. To the diagonal crossbars in the door, to the boron steel, to the cruise control, they really have thought about the passenger. Remember, this is a 5-seat SUV, which is mid-size. It actually offers really good features inside the car. Something else to note, this manufacturer of the Volvo was very child-centric. Most Volvos will come with an inbuilt booster seat, so that saves you money. You don't have to buy a booster seat for your child. Future mothers and parents, I know you'll be very happy about that feature. But this particular car has the booster seat removed because it also comes with preference of what you'd like. Guys, let's take this Moti on the road. Let's see what it can do, whether it handles well, what are the other safety features. Chini ya maji, tunataka kujua venye ina feel kwa inside. That's what reviews are about. I like how the car is smooth. It's also not a very noisy car. I can't hear a lot of things inside it. There's an X6 in front of me. I love being on the road. You see other nice machines. I love the X6. I hope that will be the next car I review, guys. And generally I like how the car handles well in terms of even the pick of the car is quite good. Braking, it's not, you know, those choppy type of braking over bumps. It feels good, it's smooth, very nice, good clearance, not an issue. I'm not struggling, I don't have to over brake, it generally just works. And for a 2-liter engine, it actually has quite a lot of power. Just even the view from inside the car is good, as in it's at a good height. I can see mostly everything around me. Also, the framing on the side of the car is not such a big blind spot. There are cars where the pillar of the car is here, so sometimes you struggle. If a pedestrian were to cross, you might have a tiny blind spot. This one is, the positioning is just right. I was very, very shocked that sometimes common knowledge is not so common. Basically, we were discussing a SUV. What is an SUV? Everyone gets SUV, they get the V right in SUV, right? But they say vehicle, but the S says nimesikia standard usable vehicle. But my favorite has been special usable vehicle. And I thought that was like unbelievable. I was like, yo, I think we've been taking this SUV maneno for granted for the whole time. So what does SUV stand for? It is sport utility vehicle. Sport utility vehicle. Hey guys, this has been a wonderful drive on my Moti Car Show today. I've had the funnest time. This is a really nice Swede car. As much as we like staple cars, this is actually very nice, and the safety features are a plus. But I think my biggest, maybe slight letdown is the fact that it doesn't have a sunroof. But other than that, in terms of specs, I think it's an awesome car. It handles well, it turns well, the safety features are a plus, so why not? So a big shout out to P Car Wash for sponsoring this particular episode. Thank you guys for making me look clean and nice. And when I say that, let me let you in on a little secret. Go to the car wash for 2 hours and you're waiting for your Moti to ngara. No, don't do that, villas. So there's this app called P Car Wash. What you do is get on the app, go to Google Play Store, download P Car Wash app, have your Moti picked from your office, from your house. They go, ngarisha it, wash it, and bring your Moti back. So P Car Wash, thank you so much to P Car Wash for sponsoring this particular episode. Big shout out to you guys for making me look clean. And always on time, bila kungezia, my friend. Nenanga car wash, you don't have plan, you sit there on a kafani stool in the corner. So P Car Wash, guys. Thank you so much. This has been an amazing show. Thank you for the guys who support this content. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting. Once again, this is Mulai Mooney and this has been my Moti Car Show. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And we have a website coming in soon. So watch out for that. Peace. See you guys later.